And this episode is sponsored by Honore Office Supplies, your one-stop shop for a complete line of office supplies, furniture, computer, and janitorial supplies. That's where I get all my notebooks, my snacks, and my office needs taken care of. This is where they put the customers first, and they really mean it. So be sure to give Barry a call, and he'll get you everything you need to attack those goals in 2018. The calendars, the notebooks, the planners, they have it all. You can call him at 972-613-9963. Tell him Jonathan sent you. And this is the official Jonathan Jones Speaks podcast. Everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of the Jonathan Jones Speaks podcast. And y'all already know what time of the year it is. I don't even have to say it to you, but y'all already know that it's that time of the year. Thank you, Christina. Thank you. But y'all, I want to let you know, with it being Christmas time and us knowing that we should have already purchased our gifts for those loved ones that we have, if you even get into the whole Christmas thing, I just want to talk about the art of time management. And I want to give a personal shout out just to Jamal, just to Bianca, just to Tiffany, and all those who chimed in to make sure that we unpack this particular topic, because I think this is an extremely valuable one. And I think it's really fitting just in this season, understanding that, you know, it's December. A lot of people are trying to get some things done before January, before the new year, new me, ooh, all that good stuff. So I just want to actually just start off with a story really quick, because it was probably about maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, maybe 6, I'm not even sure. But there was a friend of ours, those individuals I mentioned earlier, Jamal, Bianca, and Tiffany, and his name is Michael. And he was getting ready to transition into a new job and a new role. So Michael said, you know what? I like these people enough that I want to do a luncheon. So he wanted to do like a going away luncheon / birthday luncheon type deal. I was like, cool, that's awesome. You know, Mike's a great guy. So I was like, I'll definitely be there. There are probably about 20 of us, a solid 20 of us. We met Bishop Arts, and the lunch was supposed to start at 12. I said the lunch was supposed to start at 12. So everybody's getting there. It's probably like 11:50. And then I received a text like, John, are you still going to come? Because, you know, we're here and just waiting. Like, what's up? Are you going to come? I was like, yeah, I'm on the way right now. Around this time, I was probably just leaving my house. Bishop Arts is 35 minutes from my house. And I know y'all familiar with the term fashionably late, but this isn't one of those things that applies here, because fashionably late is something where it's acceptable for you to come a little bit later than the time advertised, because, you know, it's a social event. So you don't believe people are going to be on time, and you just assume that it'll be fine. Nobody really miss you if you show up at a later time than what's on the Facebook invite, or, you know, just the event information. So I walk in. It was probably a solid like 20 people who was invited. So I walk in and 19 were already sitting at the table. Yeah, epic fail. So I realized that, dang, everybody already ordered. The server had everybody's drinks ordered. Everything was done. Basically, they just had to bring out the food. But with me showing up late, I had to take the last seat that was there. With me not valuing that time, I felt really bad, because then everybody finished eating really fast, and then I was still there waiting for my food to come out because I decided not to show up on time. So yeah, I just wanted to unpack time management, because I know with us being millennials, and, you know, that's why I enjoy working with millennials and students and helping them pursue their passions for entrepreneurship. I think it's very important for us to understand the value of time, and especially valuing other people's times, because sometimes I feel like when we don't begin to value other people's time, then I think that really creates an issue. And I personally take that as disrespect, Like if I'm supposed to meet with somebody or anything like that, and I'm sitting here at the table, I'm meeting with you at 11 a.m. and the next thing you know, I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And then it's like 11:05, 11:15, and you didn't tell me that you couldn't come, or you just didn't decide to come. I don't like that at all, because that is extremely disrespectful, because people's time is very valuable, and I don't think we can neglect that. So yeah, I just want to encourage us. That's why I shared that story, to encourage us to value people's time and encourage us to not take it for granted, because a lot of times we want to meet with mentors. A lot of times we want to meet with whomever might be in the space of business that we want to operate or that we aspire towards pursuing. And these people, their time is extremely valuable, because they could be at home with their family, or they could be somewhere signing $1 million deals or whatever else. Not saying your time isn't valuable either, but just respect other people's times. And understanding that, y'all, I just want to share just a little bit of application. But before we get into application, y'all, this is like a Christmas episode, I guess. And I just want to share another one of my favorite Christmas songs, because people really chimed in and they were really awesome on Facebook, because I said, what's your favorite Christmas song? And then people started chiming in these Christmas songs. So I want to share with y'all just some of the songs that they shared and some that are my favorite as well. Okay, boys, the man, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. Because y'all, yeah, I'm talking about time management and the art of time management. Like, what does that really look like? John, you're telling me that I need to be better at managing my time, but like, what is the application piece for that? Because it's easy to tell people what they need to do, or it's easy to share with others, why you think this is valuable or whatever else. But how are you going to help me do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. Y'all, so when it comes down to like the application piece of time management, the first thing first I want y'all to grab pen. I want you to grab pencil. I want you to grab paper if you have it, because I think this is really valuable. And I've seen some success with this, because this was some things that my boss used to share with me. And at first I never took him serious. He was like, John, every time you come in here for a meeting, I want you to have a notebook, paper, and I want you to have a pencil. And I was like, dude, why? And then every time I went in there, then he would always talk and talk and talk and tell me a lot of information. Then I would leave and I would say, I can remember it, but then I would always forget the information. So now I record meetings, or I record calls, as well as I have a pencil and paper handy, because it just makes sense. If somebody is in the position that you want to be in, you need to take as many notes as you possibly can from them, as well as you need to take the time to absorb what you can and then begin to apply it to your life. And with that being said, here's the application piece. Y'all, the first thing that we have to do just in this space, and then we have to learn how to, number one, assess our time. And I want you really just to think about that, because imagine how much time are you spending at the house just watching TV? How much time are you spending like on entertainment? And not to take anything away from those who enjoy being entertained, those who enjoy having experiences. That's well and that's great. I'm not wanting to take that away from you. I'm just saying, assess your time just to see how much time you're spending there. Because, some people, every once in a while I talk to people and I'm always curious. I'm like, what are you passionate about? Like, what would you do if you could do one thing for the rest of your life? What would that one thing be? And then they open up, they tell me some people, want to be a singer. Some people want to be like a dancer or whatever else, acting plays, all these different things. And I say, oh, okay, well, I mean, that's really cool. And I say, well, what are you doing right now to pursue that? They say, well, I don't really have time to do my dream, because I go to school and, I work, but I don't really have time to invest into my own dream. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. But I would beg to differ, because if you ask me, I would say, I'm sure you have time, but what are you doing throughout the rest of the day? Because your full day, you're not at work, and your full day, you're not at school. I don't care who you are. You're not putting in that much time unless that's something that you're really passionate about, then that would make sense, I guess. But if we're being honest with ourselves, nobody is doing that much school in a day and that much work in a day if it's not furthering their own career or their own agenda. But once again, that's just my thoughts, because, some people, we're sitting at home and we're binge watching Orange is the New Black. We're binge watching She's Gotta Have It, or we're binge watching Stranger Things or Power. But at the same time, you don't have time to invest in your dream. So I want you to take a moment and just assess your time, and see, where could you potentially switch something up. Maybe you can watch a episode of She's Gotta Have It, or, maybe you can move on. But I'm just saying, the second thing we have to do is we have to learn to write the vision. And I say write the vision because, the Bible tells us write the vision to make it plain. But when I say write the vision, I'm talking about daily, because in order for us to better manage our time, we have to understand what we need to achieve in that amount of time. And what better way than, like they used to show us in school, writing out a to-do list, right? Write out the tasks that you need to complete by the end of the day. For instance, let's say it's Sunday night, and that going into work on Monday, there's going to be certain things that's expected of you, or going into your Monday, there's going to be certain tasks that you want to just complete so that you can just move on throughout the rest of your week. So I would encourage you, use a journal, use a planner, or even use your phone. And as you begin to jot these things down, then you can mark them off as you complete them, and then you can move forward. But one train of thought my mentor introduced me to, he said, John, I want you just to, to put your task in order, and order them based on what brings in revenue. For instance, like if you need to send out an invoice or follow up with somebody you may have reached out to for some potential business. And then he said after that, then you can just add on the other items that you would just like to see accomplished. For instance, like take out the trash, or read your favorite book, or maybe go to the gym and, get those steps in. But you have to list out those items. You have to make a routine. And then as you begin to do that, and as you begin to complete these items, then you'll be able to create some consistency. And as you create that consistency, then now builds your momentum moving into the next day forward, moving into the next week. And then as your momentum is increased, then as you continue to see that success, then that would motivate you to continue to do this process, right? Typically when we do things and we see them working for us and working in our favor, then we want to repeat what we're doing. We want to continue in the likes of doing what we've seen a lot of success with. So I would just encourage you to do that, because that's definitely been something that I've seen help me eliminate my lag time by writing out what I need to do, instead of trying to figure out in the moment, what needs to be done, because you already laid out everything the night before. So you don't have to worry about trying to organize your thoughts in the heat of the moment, because you already have them. You have a daily vision that you can execute. If other things come, when other things come up, then we can just shift some things around, see currently what's the highest priority, and then adjust accordingly, right? It just makes sense. It just makes sense, y'all. The third one, I have four for you, but the third one that I have right here is DYP. That's right. I said DYP. Drop your phone. That's right. Y'all, I know. I know your phone is attached to your hand. I know you need to text your boyfriend or girlfriend. I know. But I know you trying to get your likes up on Instagram, and you're trying to get your followers. I know you got a streak going on Snapchat. I know. But we have to learn how to put our phone down sometimes. Granted, I know this is a me thing. This might not be for you. This point might not be for you. Like how sometimes you go to church and it's like, oh, that message, man, that's for my homegirl. That's for my homeboy. That's for my uncle. That's for my dad. This might not be for you, but it might be for you, actually. So I want to share with y'all one thing that I've realized is that when I would study and when I'd be writing papers for my classes, and even when I would start to do some work in my business, I realized that I could not put down my phone. And then every 5 seconds, I start picking it up, looking at it, picking it up. And y'all, I was checking and I had no notifications. I was checking, my phone didn't even go off for a text message. I was checking my phone, did not even ring. Like, it's funny that we give our phone so much time and we put so much time into social media, into Instagram, into Snapchat, into Facebook, into Twitter, but all these things can wait. Your tweet can wait. Time on Facebook can wait. Snapchat can wait. And y'all, there's even these friends that sometimes call you in the middle of the day while you're in the heat of the moment and you're knocking out some work. You're knocking out some things that you need to get accomplished for the week. And then somebody's calling you just to give you their drama. No, you don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. And you might say, John, are you trying to make me antisocial? No, I'm not even trying to tell you to be antisocial, but I'm just wanting you to understand that that phone conversation can happen later. Us updating our social media, that can happen later. The only time I would give you a pass to do social media is if you're getting on social media to further your business, not to scroll. If you're getting on Instagram to make a post, maybe to let people know about a new product that you just launched. If you're getting on social media, let people know, like my good friend Jaron Collins, he gets on social media often, lets people know around the holiday times, oh, we have a new promotion. Oh, we're doing this special for engagement photos, things like that. If you're getting on for that reason, then I think that's awesome. But if you haven't completed your task for the day, then you might need to chill. You might need to not post anything on social media right now or just check your phone, because you wanting to get on Instagram to slide in somebody's DMs, that's not an excuse. You trying to get on there and tweet somebody and see what's up for the weekend, that doesn't matter now because it's Monday. So why are you even checking for all that? That doesn't matter. And y'all, lastly, the last thing I want to share is just work your smartphone. Like Rihanna say, work. Now you gotta work. Work your smartphone. And some of y'all might say, well, I mean, what does that even look like? Well, first, there's an app. It's called Habit Share. And this is a free app. It's really good to utilize to create additional accountability. And there are a lot of other time management apps that you can use. I didn't want to share just some names of some that just look good because I haven't personally used them. And Habit Share is one that I've seen my friend Bobby use. And this is a resource he shared with me, and I've seen him have great success with it. So I would encourage y'all to check out Habit Share if you're looking for a good timeshare app or time management app. Outside of that, you can go the good old fashioned way like I do. Sometimes I go in, use my calendar and set my alarm on my phone. For example, I'll allot 15 minutes today for reading time. So I'll go in and I'll schedule 3 o'clock to 3:15 reading time, and I'll block that off on my Google Calendar. And then as I begin to get consistent with that time, then, I will follow through. The alarm goes off. Then I move to my next task. I would encourage you just to map out your full day like that. Set tasks, set alarms, and then just roll through. And that way you have set times for certain tasks. Once you finish that task or once that timer goes off, then move on to the next task. That way that allows you to stay consistent with what you're doing, as well that allows you to see the success and create self-discipline through the same process. Because I think it's really important for us to begin to write these habits and write out what we plan on doing for the goals of the day. Write out these tasks, because according to Huffington Post, you become 42% more likely to achieve your goals and dreams simply by writing them down on a daily basis. One more time. You become 42% more likely to achieve your goals and dreams simply by writing them down on a daily basis. So are you writing down your goals? Are you charting out what you want to accomplish for the week? What does that even look like for you? Like, I'm curious, y'all, and I would personally love to hear from y'all. I would love y'all to shoot me a tweet. Let me know what goals you have going on. Let me know if this is helpful for you, if this added value to you at all. And as we prepare just to transition to the challenge of the week, I just would like to just lay another slow jam on y'all to get you in the Christmas spirit. And that was the Temptations with Silent Night. a classic, The Temptations with Silent Night. And y'all, the challenge for this week, going into this week, understanding that Christmas is here, basically, and this is going to be after Christmas. I want you to enjoy the time with your family. I want you to really take that time and enjoy. But after that, I want you really to look, going into that next week, assess your time and see where you're spending most of your time. Are you giving most of your time to Netflix? Maybe you're giving most of your time to the bar. Happy hour. Hey, if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. Or are you investing in your dream? Because we can't expect our dreams to come to fruition, and we can't expect our dreams to fully manifest to the level that we would like to see them if we don't take the time and invest in them. So I want y'all to be encouraged just through that. And as we work our way to a new segment that I've created, I'm really excited about this segment because this segment is entitled The Winner's Circle. And I created the Winner's Circle because I want to take the time just to show love. I want to take the time to celebrate. And I want to take the time just to cheer on others doing great things in the space of entrepreneurship, or others just doing great things, period. And today I would like to recognize a young gentleman. He's a speaker. He's a student at the University of West Florida, and he's a phenomenal motivator, y'all. This guy, when you give him the mic, you got to watch out because he's going to set the place on fire. And this gentleman, his name is Abraham Scully. You can follow him on Instagram at speaks2 inspire. Once again, speaks2inspire. And his name is Abraham Scully. And he has a powerful story, and he shares on how he fought depression, and now he's going to colleges, schools, and speaking with sports organizations. So I would encourage y'all to check him out. Abraham Scully, he's doing phenomenal things. He's selling these phenomenal Speaks to Inspire t-shirts. If you already got your Christmas gifts, that's fine. You still can get with Abraham, and you still can place an order going into next year so you can rep a Speaks to Inspire shirt. And I mean, I just like to celebrate Scully because he's a young dude, but he's out here getting it. He's grinding. He takes speaking very serious because he understands the passion and the purpose of his voice as he pours into those others, and he just continues to move forward. So Abraham, we want to celebrate you, brother. We want to take the time to give you a moment and just keep on shining, keep on glowing, keep doing what you're doing. And y'all, for the quote of the week, the quote of the week comes from The Life and the Letters of Charles Darwin. And he shared, "A man who dares to waste 1 hour of his time has not discovered the value of life." So y'all, don't waste your time any longer. Understand the value of your time and understand the values of others' time as well. Don't waste it. Invest it in something you care about. Invest it in your dreams. Invest it into people. Because that's what it's really all about. It's not about selfishly living. It's about us living a selfless life and us helping people get to that next stage in their life by investing in them, and even by investing in our dream, which can give others permission to do the same thing. So as we get ready to close it all out, I want to encourage y'all to be sure to stay connected. I'll be leaving some info in the show notes, but you can catch our podcast on Anchor, on iTunes, and on Soundcloud. For more information on me, visit jonathanjonespeaks.com. If you'd like for me to come out to do a speaking engagement, if you'd like for me to do a session, or if you have somebody who's looking to just book somebody to encourage the millennials, looking to book somebody to help shift the mindset and empower them to pursue their passions for entrepreneurship, I'm your guy. And as always, no struggle, no progress. Stay true to the process. I'll see y'all next week.